Universal Spirit Center. Let's keep those hands clapping for our beloved Sounds of Spirit. Linda on piano, Matt on drums, and Oliver on bass. Yes. No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's the truth you can take. Comfort in the knowing that if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's be together. Come loved and be loved. From the bliss down to the turned out, from compassion to the confused, this door is open to you. Well, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. Let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's be together. Come loved and be loved. From the bliss down to the turned out, passion to the confused, this door is open to you. Well, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open. This door is open. This door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open. This door is open. This door is open to you. Yeah. Woo woo. Now let's keep it standing and sing along with me. We're part of something greater. Let's just feel the love in the room, recognizing that we're all connected as one. If your cell phone is on, you should be calling somebody or texting them, telling them you're here getting your spirit lift up and to come join. And if you're not doing that, then turn that phone off. So the lyrics will be on the screens for you. We are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us could ever be. Part of something greater, something so much greater than any one of us could ever be. We are all joined together in our hearts, in our minds, and in our souls, 'cause we are part of something greater, something so much greater than could ever be. Now look at your neighbor and realize that we're all connected from aisle to aisle. This global connection that is our love. We are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us could ever ever be. We are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us could ever be. 'Cause we are all joined together in our hearts, in our minds, and our soul. 'Cause we are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us. Any one of us, any one of us, any one of us have ever yeah. Woo.
Good morning. Let's acknowledge Gino and our house band. Good morning, and welcome to Universal Spirit Center. I'm Kevin Busey, and I have the great joy and honor of being the spiritual leader of this community, and I welcome you here this morning. I want to take a moment and welcome all of you who are new today. We have some new faces out there. Please know that you are welcomed here. Whoever you are, wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. If you are new here this morning, I'd love to meet you after our gathering. I'll be standing in the back there where it's warm out in the sun, and I'd love to meet you if you're new with us today. And all of you online, welcome. We're so glad that you join us as well. Let's stand and give a wave out to all the people who join us. The camera is under the clock. We're so glad that you're with us this morning. Thank you for coming and being present here. If you're online and you're new, you can click new person, I think, or new with us. Click on that. And if you're sitting here and you're new, you can fill out an information card, and we'll share more information about our community. So I have some sad news to share with you, those of you who have been members of our community. And that is that one of our beloved members, Matthew Godfrey, made his transition last Tuesday morning, had a sudden heart attack. So he's a long member of our community and considered us his spiritual family. During COVID, during our shutdown, he would frequently text me and said, that he looked forward to being back with us. So his son Alex is here, so I'm going to invite Alex to come up, and he's going to light our memorial candle. So can we go back to the beginning picture? So Alex sent some pictures in. That's Matthew and Alex when Alex first started coming here. See those ears? He kind of grew into them a little bit, you know. But that's how I first remember you coming here, and your dad. So then the next picture, Matthew loved the sea and loved boats. And that's Matthew and Alex there. And there is Matthew Godfrey. Would you like to say a few words? Okay. So I'm going to ask Alex to light our memorial candle. So I'm going to invite you to place your hands over your heart and take a deep breath. So as Gino, as we sang, it doesn't matter if we knew Matthew or not. We're all connected to each other. So I'm going to invite you to imagine that Matthew is moving up the spiral of life to his greatest next expression. That he is carried by beings of light. That he is safe and he has a deep awareness of knowing how loved He is. So let's know for Matthew's family, for Alex, for all the family and all the loved ones who loved him so dearly. Let's hold them in the spaciousness of an open heart. And invite you to, if you would like, share a name of a loved one who has made their transition. It's a time of honoring and remembering. And so in this moment, we know that we are all connected to each other. Even those who have made their transition on. We can open to feeling their presence and their love. So we give thanks for the life of Matthew Godfrey. And we know the peace that comes from knowing that life is forever. And so we open to love.
Love, sweet love, surrounds you now. Love, sweet love, harms the root. Love, sweet love, surrounds you now. Love is the only truth. Love is the only truth. Love, sweet love, surrounds us now. Love, sweet love, harms the root. Love, sweet love, surrounds us now. Love is the only truth. Love is the only truth.
Let's just take a breath together. Just allow ourselves to be right here with what is, welcoming everything that's swirling around inside of our hearts. Just grateful for it all. So I invite you now to open your heart even wider. And in this time, we will have a reading. And this morning's reading is by the Gospel of Matthew. And right from our reading, we'll go into a stillness, and then we'll have a prayer. So roll your shoulders back and open up that heart space real wide. And listen to these words from the Gospel of Matthew. Do not be anxious about your life, what you'll eat, drink, or what you'll wear. Is not your life more important than these things? Look at the birds in the sky. They neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more important than them? Which of you can add a single day to your life by worrying? How good it is to know the eternal nature of the Divine One. It is love in full expression through each of us. So what I know for us this morning is an open heart, a surrender, a deepening in the awareness of Spirit moving through us. I know that that which we create here together is community, connection, that this loving family that we get to be in concert with in this lifetime is that which supports us, is that which is in perfect harmony with the magnificence of the divine. So I'm grateful for all of it, grateful for these loving faces that show up in the reflection of God. I'm grateful for the loving arms that wrap itself around us through all of life. I'm grateful for the spoken word this morning, the music, all that touches our hearts to deepen our awareness of God through us. And it is in that gratitude that I surrender our time together into divine love.
Blessed assurance, Spirit is mine. Oh, what a foretaste, beauty divine. I am heir of the kingdom, purchase of God, wrapped in wisdom and blessed in love. This is my story. This is my song. kingdom and blessed in love. This is my story. This is my song. I am praising the Spirit, yeah, 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 all day long. 'Cause this is my story. This is my song. I keep praising the Spirit, Spirit, all day long. I am praising the Spirit all day long. Praising the Spirit all day long.
Thank you, Gino, and Sounds of Spirit, and Matthew is walking out the gift door. So I have to share, I really struggled with what to say this morning. I do want to say that I think your dad picked this reading from the Gospel of Matthew. I never pick a scripture verse, nothing against scripture verse, but I did it Tuesday morning, I picked it.
You know, what's funny is he actually started, one of the last things he shared with me was how he actually just started getting into the Gospel of Matthew, wondering, wow, where the heck did my name come from? So,
Wow.
Yeah, he might have actually.
I think he did Tuesday morning. So I struggled with what to say this morning. And I don't struggle normally. It's easy, it flows. You know, I start working on my ideas on Tuesday morning, and the talk kind of develops through the week. And then Saturday late afternoon, I put finishing touches on it, like frosting on a cake. So I get down yesterday afternoon to kind of finish it up, and I'm struggling with what to say. I'm like, this isn't really what wants to be said. It seemed like it did on Monday or Tuesday, but this isn't it. I spent about 45 minutes writing it out, rewriting it out, and I'm like, man, the flow's not happening, which is so unusual. So I get up, I'm riding on the deck in our backyard, so I get up and go into the kitchen for some water. My partner, Tim, is there, who's here this morning. And I said, I'm really struggling with what to say tomorrow. And he says, why? And without thinking about it, I said, I think Matthew's trying to talk through me. And then he reminds me of this story that happened a long time ago, which early in our gathering as spiritual community, we used to go camping. You went on a couple of those trips. And one particular camping trip, Matthew rode up on his motorcycle. And he was riding back from we'd go to Julian area, and he was riding back, and there's two different bridges. And on one of the bridges, he lost control of his bike, and he crashed. He gets home, and he calls us that night. And he says, he was fine. He goes, I got in a motorcycle wreck. He says, and as I started to realize what was happening, he says, I let go and I surrendered. And I didn't get hurt at all. And he said, it reminds me of something he said that I had once said in a talk. And Tim reminded me of that, and I'm like, I've got to let go and let Matthew speak. Known Matthew for many years when his son had big ears that he grew into. And you know, we're different temperaments, Matthew and I. Different temperaments. But we bonded over backpacking. We both talk, you know, and for hours we could talk about our backpacking trips, and we always said we would take one together, and we never did. We bonded over motorcycles. We bonded over being dads. We bonded over the importance of the spiritual life. To know Matthew is to know that he struggled. He's an extrovert and a feeler. So we would hear about those struggles. But you know, in some ways, he's not any different than us because we struggle, right? Our hearts get broken. We get disappointed. And we could live in that kind of energy. But many of us, and this is true for Matthew, it's true for me, and it's probably true for many of you, it's the struggle and the disappointment and the heartbreak that actually brought me to the threshold of a spiritual community. Because I sought in that spiritual community relief. What I came to find out is it's not relief. It's a way of being that has the power to rise us above our struggles, our heartbreaks, and our disappointments. Matthew knew this. He would forget like we all forget, but he knew this. We know this. We forget. We struggle, but we know the power of this spiritual life. After a class years ago, Matthew, I don't remember if he told me this or I told him this, but we were both inspired by this comment that discipline to the spiritual path means taking away the exit door. Commitment, discipline to the spiritual path means taking away the exit door. Do you think I said that or do you think he did? We were both inspired by it, regardless. There's the story, the miniseries, The Queen. And there's a scene in it where Prince Philip, his mother, who used to be, a queen, her name, Alice, used to be a queen in Greece, in Greece. And they rid her of the throne. That's Prince Philip's. I'm not a historian, God. That's his background. Anyway, she became a nun. And when she was getting older, the royal family decided it was time to move her in and to take care of her. And his mother and he were estranged. And the queen kept saying to her husband, Prince Philip, go talk to your mom, because they gave her this wing to be in. She was a little odd. So finally he goes and he talks to his mom, and they have kind of a healing a little bit. And so she turns to her son, and she says, I'm sure she didn't say Prince Edward or Prince Philip, I'm sure she called him son. But she says, son, how is your spiritual life? And he says, really not that good. And she says, the spiritual life is the most important thing. And then she pauses. And she says, no, it's not the most important thing. She says, it's the only thing. And I know Matthew well enough to know that at times he touched into this. I look at my own struggle, and it's interesting in talking to Alex this last week and him experiencing at such a young age the loss of your dad. You know, I just a few months ago lost my dad. Obviously, at such a different stage of life, but I know that when I let go of my expectations of who my dad should be, that we didn't struggle. And I know that when my dad let go of those expectations of who I should be, we didn't struggle. And we had the grace towards the end of his life to be in that kind of spaciousness. I wonder how much of our struggle is about the expectations that we have on others or ourselves. You know, I've been a minister for over 20 years, and it is a weird and awesome thing when members of this community make their transition, because I feel so connected to the people who they love. And I feel like what we struggle to remember, they know. They know. The other thing, you know, I'm Capricorn race, Catholic. I'm not real woo-woo until I started associating more with Wendy. But I have to tell you, I feel the presence of those folks in our community. They make their transition. I feel them. And maybe like some of you, I've felt Matthew off and on this week. And I feel like Matthew has something he wants to say. I feel like what he wants to say is, whatever struggle you're going through, or heartache, or disappointment, let that be for you an opening to God. Use it to open to God's love. I believe Matthew's also saying, get really clean and clear with everyone in your life, because you don't know when or how sudden you might leave. Seek forgiveness of those that have unforgiveness to you, and forgive those who you hold something against. And the third thing that I feel like Matthew's saying is, lighten up. Because couldn't you say that to Matthew sometimes? Lighten up, dude. It's like, it's not that serious. Relax. Relax into your life. Relax into God's love. If you're in struggle, if you're in heartache, if you're in disappointment, you're just not at the end of the story yet. So just keep going. So I'm going to read again this reading from the Gospel of Matthew, since Seems so appropriate. And then I'm going to take us into a little process. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Sit up straight and tall maybe so your heart has a place to open. From the Gospel of Matthew. Don't be anxious about your life, what you will eat or drink or what you will wear. Isn't life more important than these things? Look at the birds in the air. They neither sow nor weep nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more important than they? Which one of you can add a single day to your life by worrying? So breathe right into your open heart. So what struggle, what heartache, what disappointment in your life can be a doorway to divine love? That if you open your heart and if you let go and if you surrender, what place in your life is an opening? And who in your life is it time to forgive? To let off the hook. To drop the expectations. Go do that work. And I invite you to just let go. To fall into God's love. I invite you to relax into your body. To relax into your life. And to let God's love heal you and guide you.
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should I let doubt come? And why should my heart feel lonely when heavenly love abounds?
So I want to announce that February 13th at 1 p.m. on Sunday, we will have a celebration of life for Matthew Godfrey here at this place. And then about 2:15, 2:30, we'll have a reception in Bankers Hill on Spruce Street, Annette's place of work. So that information's happening, so I want to let you all know about that. Let's take a breath. Aren't we glad the sun's shining today? So we have an introductory level to our Science of Mind teaching called Beyond Limits. It's Foundations, it's Beyond Limits. It's a powerful experience for 10 weeks. We have it on Zoom. So it begins this Tuesday night. And if you're interested in that, 6:30 to 9, we have a prayer practitioner, Derek, who is leading it. If you're interested in that, you can come the first night and check it out. So it's no commitment. Come the first night. There's a sign-up sheet outside. So if you're interested in checking this out, sign up and we could hook you up to the Zoom place. And then the second thing is, for those of you who have taken Foundations, this is a rework of that Foundations course. So it's new information somewhat. So there's that. And then I'm doing a class called Healthy Relationship with Money, right there. So it's going to be the 4 Wednesdays in February. Yeah, just fill in here. I'm starting to 6:30 to 8, love offering. It's going to be a powerful experience. We're just going to open up our experience with money and explore it. Okay, they take over, man.
All right. Hi, everyone. We're going to surrender to the announcements, aren't we? Awakening Wednesday, this Wednesday, we have a beautiful and powerful Toby Geis. She's going to be presenting this Wednesday. And it's the title of it's called Heal Your Soul, Release the Past, and Create a New Reality. That's kind of what we do around here, isn't it? We have an annual meeting coming up. The annual community meeting is February 6th after this gathering. So everyone is welcome to that. We have our Racial Equality Project action is to go to our website to that particular tab, and there's a very powerful interview that we're going to ask you to take a look at. Spirit in Action, last week we had about 5 or 6 of us go to PATH, People Assisting the Homeless, and we downtown, and we helped feed the residents there. So that's a great thing. We're going to do that again. Seats are limited. It's going to be on February 7th from 5 to 7. If you have any questions about that, I'd like you to come see me, or online you can email me at lee@universalspiritcenter.org. And we're going to have a musical play coming up. I don't know if you've ever been in a musical play. I know Alex has here at our center. So we're going to do a visioning first. So on the 29th, we're going to have a Zoom community room visioning at 11 a.m. I'll be leading the visioning, and Gina will be leading the play. We made an agreement. That would be best if we did that. And that's all I have for announcements. Thanks for your attention. Sarah, come on up.
My class also starts this Tuesday, Self-Mastery. So if you've taken Foundations, it's a wonderful experience in exploring and deepening your practice in spiritual truth and living it in a felt sense, authentic way. And then also I'm the director for the home group. So we're doing a drive right now. If you want to join in a group that's more intimate with about 8 or 10 people who meet monthly and just explore and be community with each other around the themes and the things we're talking about each month, you're welcome to join that. There's many groups that meet on different days of the week, different parts of the community, online, in person. So I'll be outside by the table if you have questions or you want to talk about that, and I'll be happy to share with you. So thank you.
Woo. Hi. Gosh, things are rolling so quick. We almost forgot to ask for your money. So that's what I'm here to do. And, I always have all these golden nuggets floating through my head about what I'm going to say when I get up here, and then all of them float out, in and out, right? But what I do know is that one of the reasons that I support this community is because those golden nuggets come back to me throughout the week, right? That when we're sitting here and we're taking all of this in and our hearts are open, it may move in and out of our consciousness, but we live consciously. And so we take it out into the world, and when we experience pain and we experience darkness or we experience joy or whatever it is that is swirling around in our lives throughout the week, these are the words that come back to us. For me, they're pretty powerful, and they can shift my experience of the world from sadness and pain to joy in just, a moment. And I feel like the work that we do here together is powerful work. We do so much good as this community of Universal Spirit Center. And what we do here in this space as this family impacts the whole world. So that's why I give. And I invite you this morning to join me in sharing of your treasure, sharing in the support financially to this community. And if you're new here with us this morning, your gift is your presence here. So I invite you now to place your hand or your gift over your heart and repeat after me. As I give out, so I receive. As I receive, so I give out. And so it is. Thank you.
If you feel like it, join me. I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday, mistakes of the past, and today all made new. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? I've been blessed by the Spirit. I can change my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours and is mine. I am blessed and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? Don't you know that all is well? All is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well. All is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. I am cloaked in the Spirit. I am led by the divine. I am blessed. And so I am blessed and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? Don't you know that all is well? All is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. All is well. All is well. All is well and unfolding as it should.
A couple thoughts this last week. What I realize is Spiritual community helps us to realize that love is the truth between us. Love is the truth between us. That's what we remember here together. And so thank you for being part of my spiritual community. Place your hands over your hearts. Take a deep breath. So let's let go. Let's let go into love. Let's let go into the power of God's grace that dwells within us and around us. Let's relax into divine presence. And it is in this way that we change the world. And we know this together as we say. So it is.
We are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us could ever be. Part of something greater, something so much greater than any one of us could ever be. We are all joined together in our hearts, in our minds, and in our souls. We are part of something greater, part of something greater than anyone could ever be. We are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us could ever be. We are part of something greater, something so much greater than any one of us could ever be, 'cause we are all joined together in our hearts, in our minds, and our soul. We are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us could ever be. Have a beautiful, blessed week. I'm sending love to each and every one of you, to the hearts that are open and that feel Matthew. He was playing with me today. I could feel him. So know that he is here. Have a beautiful and blessed week. And remember, we are all part of the great I Am.